And I think we all start out at a young age as a hunter. As you get older, all of us eventually become conservationists. As a hunter and a conservationist, I want to see that passion continue. And the joint venture between Mossy Oak and Ducks Unlimited is just something that's so natural.
We have original bottomland, we have shadowgrass blades, and we have now habitat as official patterns of DU. And we look at those three patterns as not only innovation for us, but a dedication to conservation.
Get 'em.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ducks Unlimited TV. I'm Ashley Horvitz. Our friends at Mossy Oak Camouflage have supported Ducks Unlimited and wildlife conservation for many years. Their partnership and commitment to saving and restoring wetlands habitat has been nothing short of extraordinary. Mossy Oak believes in giving back to ensure future generations can enjoy wetlands, waterfowl, and other wildlife. On this episode, DUTV co-host Fred Zink shares a blind with Mossy Oak's Senior Vice President Chris Paradise at Fred's home turf in Ohio. A strong front had just moved in and the mallards and black ducks are arriving in big numbers. All next on DUTV.
So this week on DUTV, we're in Northwest Ohio at my own private hunt club. It's right on the shore of Lake Erie, adjacent to McGee Marsh and Ottawa National Wildlife Refuge. There's a tremendous amount of waterfowl, winter and even in the springtime, migrate through back and forth. So great opportunity for some great hunting. And we're actually supposed to start hunting and filming on Tuesday, but I seen the weather moving in. Weather forecast had actually predicted it was going to be like 12 hours later than what it ended up being. And so I called the guys on the phone and say, hey, when you get to the airport, you need to kind of get here because I think it's going to be a really, really good night. We're going to put the boat probably like right here, right in here, on this side of that vegetation. Okay. Actually, we'll put it like right over in here, okay? I came out here early to get some things ready, and it was a tremendous amount of flight going on. We got a great duck hunting day, finally. Been a struggle this year in Ohio, like a lot of places. Unseasonably warm, and no pressure up in Canada. There's a lot of ducks still north of us, and it's made for a little bit tougher hunting. We got a bunch of them coming. We got the right weather. Got my good buddy Chris Paradise from Mossy Oak. We've been friends for 25 years. We love to get together, especially this time of year. So trust me, I've been sitting here all day waiting for this. They've been coming since first light, hundreds of them.
We've had about 50, 60 degree weather. Finally got some good weather upon us. Maybe a little more than we hoped for, but Freddie and I like it. We're Ohio boys, and when the snow blows like this, you gotta be in the marsh, so expectations are pretty high.
We got the thing set up, and I made a little mistake at the beginning of the hunt. I tried to get to some place that I knew was going to be good hunting, but the camera was a little close. We got a good hide here, but they want to land out there. And I think we're asking them to do too much with Austin right there as well. That's the thing about hunting versus filming the birds. Worst thing you can do, duck hunting, is move. But when you're filming, you have to move.
Decisions. The wind blew a bunch of this cover down. We can't really get to where the ducks want to go. So we're just moving. We got to kind of hunt close to shore because we got trying to video. If we were just duck hunting, we move out there further and whack them, but that's the deal. DUTV is not always easy.
We started off a little bit wrong, made a quick adjustment, and then the duck started landing right in the hole. Get him, Dice.
You got it. Nice shot.
Come up, had a hood between me and the gun.
I was gonna say.
I was looking around things. I was like, I pulled up like, oh, this ain't gonna be good.
Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting. Mossy Oak Shadow Grass Habitat, the official camo of Ducks Unlimited. Browning Firearms, the best there is. Native Nurseries, hand-selected, hand-grown plants for wildlife. Higdon Outdoors, quality, customer service, innovation, that's Higdon. Mossy Oak Properties, America's land specialist. And Ducks Unlimited celebrates 15 million acres conserved.
In order for DU to be bigger and larger, you have to contact and become in contact with a lot of people of all walks of life. And Mossy Oak was able to deliver that. They have the same mind as far as conservation. For every yard of habitat or Mossy Oak shadgrass blades, there's a royalty that goes back to Ducks Unlimited, which helps obviously fund conservation. But they also have the media network of Mossy Oak behind them with their Mossy Oak Go, their print ads, and Mossy Oak has such a large footprint. Whenever, Dicey. Back. Things are working now, Dicey.
Oh yeah.
So it's great for Mossy Oak. It's great for Ducks Unlimited, and it's just something that works together so well to broaden the brands and spread the word of conservation.
That's pretty, ain't it?
Tell you what, that duck right there has cost a lot of money and raised a lot of money for DU and for conservation, for everything.
Brings us so much joy right there.
So I met Chris Paradise, I would say about 1990, something like that. So we've been friends for almost 30 years. Chris had a passion for waterfowl hunting. I'd heard his name a bunch of times, and it seemed like about everywhere I went, he was there. He introduced me to whitetail hunting, got me hooked on that. We travel all over turkey hunting. But we always find time to duck hunt together, and he's just got a passion and a drive. But Chris has always had this side of him, or this passion, I would say more of a loyalty to Mossy Oak. It was just something that was always in him. He always had Mossy Oak on from the very first time I ever met him. It's just what he wore, you know? Here we come. Get him. Fistful of green.
Oh man.
All right, let's roll. We'll grab them decoys and throw them in this boat and get out of here so the ducks get in there. Yep. Yeah. We'll leave the boat right here. I just don't want them decoys to freeze. And if it's gonna snow, you say 5 to 8 inches tonight.
Yeah, no.
Tomorrow.
And we're getting hammered at home.
We got about 6 inches of snow last night. Snowed a lot of the water shut. You see our blind was almost solid white, stuck out. So we're just going down here. We're gonna take all the snow off, but we're just knocking a little bit of it off, make it look natural like the rest of the corn and the grass around here. Plus, you don't want that going down your jacket when you stand up to shoot, do you, Dice?
Nope.
Chris's passion to grow that business and to be a part of Mossy Oak is very, very strong. Chris is a laser-focused
You're up, Dice.
type of individual. When he gets on something,
No.
he's not going to let up until he figures it out, or he's a winner by nature, for sure.
Kapow.
You know, one of life's big lessons is it's tough to go it alone. At Ducks Unlimited, thankfully, we don't have to. Our corporate partners share our vision and commitment to wetlands and waterfowl conservation, as well as our love for the outdoor lifestyle. They believe in our work and know that their investment in DU goes back into the ground to protect and restore wetlands across North America. The Ducks Unlimited Corporate Partner Program creates diverse corporate participation by using various partnership levels and programs. Our proud partners go above and beyond in supporting all aspects of DU's mission, helping make it possible. Many of our proud partners are also DUTV sponsors. America's longest running waterfowl hunting television program would not be possible without these DU proud partners. To learn more about how Ducks Unlimited is restoring waterfowl and wetlands, check out ducks.org.
DU Insights is brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Find your favorite place at mossyoakproperties.com.
On the second day, we had pretty much the same kind of conditions, except it snowed a lot. When you get that much snow in the water, especially in a wetland, it just snows it shut. So we were kind of fought where we could hunt, simply because there was not a lot of open water. That's why it all works together. Like, there's 10,000 acres of natural marsh across the street from me, you know, with the state and fed. So I got 54 acres here, 40 inside the dike. If I had natural food here, yeah, how do I compete with 10,000 acres?
You're wasting ag ground for food.
Yeah, I treat it just like deer hunting, like hunting that wet soil and that natural vegetation and all that stuff is like hunting deer in the bedding area. Where they're going to get up, you're going to see deer consistently, right?
That's a good point.
And hunting, like right here is all ag. You know, I do some wet soil management. It's a food. This is hunting in a food plot.
But now the flip of that is, today in moist soil, you're staring at water all day.
Yeah, they ain't there. Nope. I think diversity in habitat management is the key. If I had hundreds or thousands of acres, I would have probably about 70% wet soil management, 30% row crops. What Chris and the founder, Toxie, really loves about hunting is conservation. Talking about giving back, leaving more than what you have taken, gamekeepers.
A little longer retrieve than expected. When you shoot a duck, you got to make the attempt to find it. And after a long walk, we found them hiding in a hedgerow here, so definitely worth the trip. When we kicked off original shadowgrass, that became kind of the uniform. But in a lot of ways, it helped us develop to where we are today with habitat.
Yeah.
It's got the same reed look, it's got a lot of depth, it's got, you know, something that we I don't want to say moved away from, but bottomland was a big piece of what made shadowgrass so strong.
It's what made Mossy Oak so strong.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
still my favorite pattern.
It is. And it's
Yeah, I like it.
even his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Shadowgrass blades, which is really good for where we hunt.
Yeah, yeah.
But the hunters started asking for almost a hybridized look, something that can be worn.
That was the thing with shadowgrass, the original shadowgrass. It was so neutral.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look at the top of that blind. That's original shadowgrass, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's OSG, original shadowgrass.
And it was so neutral when you put on ground blinds, when you could literally go hunt a rice field and the next day you could be leaning up against an oak.
Yes. And that was the same thing with habitat. When we developed this, the idea was to keep it somewhat light, keep a lot of the shadowgrass blades in it, but be able to hunt timber or buckbrush or something.
You don't want a lot of black in it.
No.
No. Where'd you come up with the name Habitat? What's the...
Actually, that was Bobby Cole.
Bobby Cole.
Bobby Cole. We do some interesting things with naming. We come up with different strategies and, you know, what we can not only makes the pattern but we can tell a story and have an identity behind what we're doing.
Single coming. How long does it take to develop a pattern? I mean, obviously, as far as the thought process and from start to finish a lot of times.
You know, some patterns, it can be 30 to 60 days.
Yeah.
You come up with a design, you run your strike offs, everybody likes it, it flows. A pattern like country, you know, if you're talking to 12, 14 million whitetail hunters, you got to have something that everybody has an affiliation to.
Right.
And waterfowl, as you know, you come out with a pattern that nobody likes, it's over day one. And so there's a painstaking development time that can take as much as 2 years. Habitat was almost 2 years. DNA was over 2 years. And that's a lot of testing in and out in between.
Yeah.
I wear it in the fall. You get to see it earlier than most.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember you and I were looking at DNA.
Yeah, we take strike offs and go out and photograph them and send the information back down to West Point, have them tweak, get things cracking.
And I could not believe the response.
It's been good, huh?
It's now the #1 selling waterfowl pattern we have. It is going to overtake blades this year as the #1 printed pattern we have.
It's more neutral.
More neutral and just acceptable across the nation.
Yep.
You know, and we're still working on patterns, you know, even with habitat, depending on how it prints on a certain fabric, it may look a little different from textile to textile. And so you really have to come up with a happy medium where a consistency of that pattern registration comes out.
Get him, guys. Getting the old double tap. Boom, boom.
That right there make a heck of a dead mount.
Deer stick, courtesy of Fred Zink.
DUTV is powered by Zink Calls, a champion in every call. Browning Ammunition, the best there is. Biologic, scientifically proven wildlife products. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. Tetra Hearing, more than hearing protection, it's hearing perfection. Closed captioning for Ducks Unlimited Television is brought to you by Mossy Oak Bottomland, the official timber pattern of Ducks Unlimited.
I'm Fred Zink with Zink Calls. I want to talk to you about calling, whether it be duck calling, goose calling. And you can tell with the grass blowing today, it's a windy day. You gotta understand that your sound you're throwing out there kind of curves with the wind. And what I mean by that is, the ducks are passing here and you're blowing right at them, your sound is more than likely curving downwind of them, especially on a windy day if the ducks are very far away. So what I like to do, and I've learned it a long time ago in the early 90s down hunting with some of the best guides in the world in southern Illinois, hunting migrating Canada geese, you start calling. As you call, you keep moving upwind, almost like you're shooting your shotgun. You gotta lead the birds, even with your sound, right? So I always start slightly upwind of the ducks, and I keep working further and further, ducks or geese, upwind, until you see them respond. And when they respond, you know that's the curvature of their sound. So when they're out there, say the ducks are right here, I'm gonna start right here. You got 2, 3 guys in a blind doing the same thing and everybody's on the same page and you're moving around. As soon as they hear you, finally hear you, boom, they'll react and come. So please understand, calling migrators high in the sky, passing ducks, refuge ducks, river ducks, understand that sound curves with the wind and you have to get out in front of them and lead them. I hope this tip helps you in the field. And for more information on Zink Calls, check us out online at zinkcalls.com.
Duck Talk with Fred Zink is powered by Zink Calls, a champion in every call.
You know what's amazing about original bottomland? it just keeps going, and every year it continues to grow after 37 years.
Yeah, it's still my favorite. Like if I gotta grab something to just wear around town or whatever, I'm wearing bottomland.
You know what's interesting about bottomland too, when we think about it, because we have original bottomland, we have shadowgrass blades, and we have now habitat as official patterns of DU. And we look at those three patterns as not only innovation for us, but a dedication to conservation. And we believe in that because we do so much in conservation as a company.
Yeah.
But bottomland was the first, if you will, abstract pattern.
Yeah.
It's not sticks and leaves.
Yeah.
And now there's this big push to abstract.
Yeah.
But bottomland's always been there, and that's why I think it's popular.
Well, we're picking at them here. You can definitely feel the temperature going down. Hopefully we get the little bunches in here. Some of our backwater right now is slush. And I talked to some guys in the marsh around here, and it's what we wait on all year. All the work, habitat management, pumping water, made for a day just like today. You see? I got a lot of people like on Facebook or whatever, they'll Facebook me saying, hey, I'm trying to get into waterfowl hunting, what you recommend or whatever. I said, man, I joined the local DU chapter and then volunteer for the banquet. I said, everybody there's a duck hunter.
Because that turns into access.
And that, it turns into friendships and access, and it's a good way to get in, earn your way in, you know what I mean?
And bring authenticity to it. That's the big thing. Like you start to learn how to do it. And you're not just going out there wasting your time, getting discouraged, and then not wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Accomplishing wetlands and waterfowl conservation goals requires a lot of work on the ground and a lot of commitment to make it happen. Ducks Unlimited's strength lies in members, volunteers, donors, and partners. We need them all to keep the wheels of wetlands conservation turning. A big thanks to Chris Paradise and Mossy Oak for their continued partnership and friendship. See you next time on Ducks Unlimited TV.
It's close.